Friday. Fanmail. Q&A. Lovely. My thanks to whoever sent me this magnificently silly hat. Very reminiscent of the one that I got to wear at Nerfing for Autism. And it's lovely. It's a bit warm, but it's because, you know, it's July. Okay. News. With any luck, the mini cat project will be shipping right about the time that you're watching this video. I filmed these a day in advance, so it's Thursday for me. But I'm hoping to get the first wave shipped tomorrow, which will be awesome. And that will begin. Stay tuned. I'm getting a lot of emails about this, so I'm gonna say it. I haven't said it in a while. I am not taking commissions, nor am I taking requests for repairs, because I simply don't have time. And I'm terrible about getting stuff shipped back, as a number of people are acutely aware, because I still have things for them that I need to ship back, that I've needed to ship back for a long time. So I'm not taking new stuff, at the very least until I finally manage to ship out all of the stuff I currently have, which again, I'm hoping I will get it shipped out tomorrow with the mini cap stuff, but I'm not taking new stuff at this time. I will try to reply to all of the emails about that. In other news, life is doing, I'm doing better. I finally have some motivation. I have plans for this weekend for things I want to build. I have videos I need to get caught up on. I've been sent a bunch of stuff to do reviews on that I haven't gotten around to, so I'm hoping to get my reviews done this weekend as well as start on a build project that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. Other than that, I'm doing better. The world is still on fire, but I've started dealing with the things that I can deal with, so I'm not so overwhelmed by the things that I can't. And I recommend you do that as well if you have the option. Alright, let's answer some questions. Blanket toys. The bill said, what is your favorite animal? Okay, so I got sent a dollar bill last time, or some money last time, and I couldn't read the questions. What is my favorite animal? Bats. Bats are my favorite animal. Cohen Kuiman. What is your opinion on motorcycles? My opinion on motorcycles? I have many opinions on motorcycles. Which one are you after? I think they're neat. I've never had one. My mother was a biker back when she was in college. She has some fun stories. The gnome was a biker. Not a biker chick. No, she was a biker. Very cool. She's a much more interesting person than me in many ways. Apex Magnus. Has anyone ever thought about using a demolisher for an afterburner for a Raven? I have no idea. I cannot speak for everyone. But I've never heard of anyone doing it. I only recently finally saw people who had used a Strife as an afterburner for a Raven. So instead of making a Straven where they just destroyed the Raven to make a stock out of it, they actually made it so that the barrel and the flywheels lined up. So you were using the pusher and flywheels from the Raven, but also the flywheels from the Strife. Train! And I'm sure someone has thought about doing it with a demolisher. I've yet to see anyone do it. I can't imagine why it wouldn't work. But someone has probably done it or thought of it. I have no idea. Lost in time. So I have a Vulcan, and I was wondering if there's any way to increase the rate of fire. Yeah, increase the voltage. The motor in a Vulcan is like a 380 motor, and it can take a lot of voltage. The most I've ever heard of anyone putting it through was like 36 volts or something, which is way more than it's meant to, and that probably would eventually burn it out. But if you run it on like a 3S or even a 4S LiPo, it will work. And we'll have a much higher rate of fire. I've run them on 16 volts, and they ran just fine and had a much better rate of fire. So yeah. Kevin Clark. Have you ever modded the Nerf tennis ball launcher? Can it take a K26? I have not, and it definitely can't take a K26 because it's not a Springer. The tennis ball launcher is powered by rubber bands, by bungees, or surgical tubing or something. You could increase the surgical tubing and it would improve the range, but I've never done it. Telemachus2814. Have you heard of or liked the band Sabaton? I'm sure I've been asked this one before. Yes, I have heard of it and I like it. BZ. Who would be the first inductees into the Foam Hall of Fame, and which legendary blasters would be on display for all to see? Well, you'd need to go back to the old school modders, like the Curator and the guys that he was working with back in the 90s, if you really want to get into it. And obviously the guy, you know, the father of it all, whose name I can't remember, which is part of why it's a problem. He basically invented super soakers and the early air-powered Nerf blasters, and finally, apparently, recently won his lawsuit with Hasbro. He would definitely be in there. For actual real Nerfers, I would have Walcom in there personally, just because he is the epitome of all that is Nerf, in my opinion. And things like the Deleter and his Paradigm Shift, those are blasters that deserve a place. For modding, purely for modding, obviously Mr. Nathan's integrations are absolutely gorgeous. And if you've watched my featured fan builds, you know there are many, many amazing modders who are just in the shadows doing amazing work, but they're, you know, for whatever reason they haven't come into the limelight with us lunatics who are willing to do videos about our absurdity. I'm sure someone would argue that I should be in there with Tyr or Ire or anything like that. But quite frankly, they're not as revolutionary as a lot of people, as you might think. Tyr was impressive, but I mean, Out of Darts created the Proton Pack that's behind it. So I mean, he has a better place in there than I do. But yeah, I would start with the old school ones, and I don't know many of them because I didn't get into Nerf until most of them had kind of dropped out back in, you know, the early days of modding with hardware springs and brass, as opposed to, you know, we just have kits that we can drop in. The guys who were modding back before that, those are the guys who belong in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. Dawson Siders. Do you like musicals? I do like musicals, especially old school ones. I'm a big fan of, like, Sound of Music, obviously. I think The Unsinkable Molly Brown is probably still one of my favorites, with Debbie Reynolds. Singing in the Rain. That's another one I'm a big fan of, Singing in the Rain. Yeah. JG Sword Reviews and Custom Weapons. Which of the 4 Age of Empires games is your favorite, and which faction? I've only played 1 and 2, and 2 was definitely my favorite, the medieval one, just because medieval is awesome, and because they finally gave you gates for your walls so you could actually keep the enemy out. And I generally either played the English or the Franks. I played the English for the longbows, because longbowmen are just OP in pretty much every game you put them in. In 1, I always played the Romans, because Romans. James Morgan, what is your favorite Norse figure and why? Tyr is probably still is one of my favorites, just because he was the god of war, but of honor and glorious deeds. And I like that, the final last stands and doing the honorable thing, and because he lost his hand to they were being deceitful, but he said, if we were being deceitful, I'll let you bite my hand off, and they were being deceitful, so they got his hand bit off. Train! Another one. Yeah, Tyr. Followed by Valkyries, because Valkyries are awesome. Ha! Ah! Nope. Sidero Lycos. Are there any fully auto non-flywheel blasters? Yeah, there are 5 that I know of. Obviously the Stampede, that what Ire is made out of, that is an electronic springer. The Vulcan is an electronic springer. The Speed Swarm and the Swarm Fire, and then there's the Power Bell, I think is what it's called, and it's a reshell of the Swarm Fire, Speed Swarm, I think. It's the littler one of the 2. Yeah, there were 2 Dart Tag ones that were revolvers that were electronic springers, and then the Vulcan and the Stampede. Yeah. Bugga 360. What is your favorite specialty clone trooper? ARC troopers. Samson7180. Have you ever worked at a haunted house? Kind of. I designed and built and ran 2 haunted houses while in high school. We built one in a gym, in a big gymnasium. 3, I guess. We built one in a community hall, we built one in the gymnasium, and then we built one into an abandoned house. Just making mazes using tarp, sheets of plastic, and creating a maze that way. We designed them so that they could be altered while people were going through them, and you'd end up in a dead end, and you just have to go around in circles, and then the maze would change. And we had monsters running around in it, and we had access corridors that we could get in so we could jump out at people, and then when they ran, we could get ahead of them and jump out of them again, and then stuff like that. And that was a lot of fun. We had a couple of interesting things we did. I had a friend of mine who, rather than dressing up as a scary costume, he dressed up as a section of wall. And as a group would walk by, he would grab the last person in line, cover their mouth, and just spin up against the wall and just completely disappear. It was so dark. And so we did that where we actually managed to pick off a group until there was just one person left. And they panicked. It was hilarious. We did another one where, again, it was in a building in an old house. And we had a strobe light set up, which, strobe lights in haunted houses are fairly iconic, and they make everything, look sketchy and weird. But we turned it way down, so it would blink and it would be pitch black for a second or two, and then it would blink, and then it would be pitch black for a second or two, and so it would blink, and you'd see a monster at the far end of the hallway. It would blink, and they'd be here, and it'd blink, and they'd be gone. And we had prison guards who had come to the haunted house that when that happened were like, nope, let me out. That was probably because they were worried they were going to throw a punch at somebody, which is fair. It was fairly terrifying. We had little kids who couldn't make it through, and we had adults who couldn't make it through, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. DGamer50. 1. Can the crisp dollar bill have a sticky note with the question on it so you can spend it? Well, what's the fun in that? But yes, that would be fun. 2. If you could customize your own Imperial TIE Fighter, what modifications would you apply? I would take the standard Imperial TIE Fighter, and I would replace all of it with a TIE Defender. That would be about it. Maybe paint it. Tree. Nicholas Lutskovsky. Have you tried Minecraft Dungeons? No idea what Dungeons are. What are Dungeons? Probably a misspelling of dungeons. I've never done anything with Minecraft whatsoever, so no. Other than some Lego Minecraft. I've done some of that. Starfall Galaxy. Have you ever had Frozen Run Mountain Black Bear Birch Beer? That is a mouthful. From Pennsylvania. I have not. Somebody send me some so I can try it. Sounds delicious. Braves Fans 98. Have you seen Shadiversity? I have, and I find him supremely annoying. But that's probably just me. Logan Kunkel. Dear Cap, is there one Nerf blaster you wish you could have designed? I'd like to see I would love it if somebody would come out with an injection molded 7-round hammershot cylinder. We got the 6-round ones from Orange Mod Works. I think. Pretty sure. Yeah. And obviously the 8-round ones that Gavin Fuzzy has. So it'd be nice if they would come out with something that small, that compact, but with the higher capacity. I don't know why they keep insisting on, either shortchanging us on the capacity on the small blasters or making the blaster 3 times bigger than it needs to be with, like, the Negotiator and things like that, the Hammer Storm or whatever it is, where there's just so much dead, useless plastic that makes the blaster unwieldy and hard to holster. Yeah. I'd like them to come out with more electronic springers. I doubt they will because it's much more complicated and probably far more expensive, but they're just neat. I'd like a carbine version of the Stampede. Would be nice. Jose Costa. Do you think the new Mega Moto Strike is going to be a game changer in HVZ? No. Well, there's nothing that will ever be a game changer in a good HVZ. Even things like, proton packs. If everybody showed up to an HVZ with a proton pack, all the game designers have to do is say, okay, here's a super zombie that is immune to rival. Or a bunch of super zombies that are immune to rival. So, yeah, there are HVZs that have super ammo, that or super zombies that can only be killed by Mega, and so you might think that having a magazine-fed Mega Blaster would be a game changer, but only if they come out with a lot of magazines for it, and if there are a lot of zombies at the game that require the super ammo, because otherwise it's not an efficient option. You'd be better off with, say, a Mega Burn or a Mega Hammer Shot, honestly, because you're only going to run into those supers every once in a while, and so having a primary blaster that uses Mega is not as game-changing as you might think. Again, like I said, unless you're running an HVZ where there are a lot of supers and you're able to, neutralize the supers because you have a Moto Strike. I definitely want one. Oh, I want one. And finally, Alex McPherson. You mentioned previously that Sergeant Major Kyle was a Romano Celt in Adria. What exactly is a Romano Celt, and how are they played in Adria? So my understanding of the Romano Celts is the British Isles were originally settled by the Celts, and then they were invaded by Rome during Hadrian's reign. And as far as I understand, they left Ireland mostly alone, and they decided Scotland wasn't worth the effort, so they built Hadrian's Wall, and that's what that's all about. But they were there for several generations, and so there was obviously going to be intermingling of the peoples and the societies, and so you ended up with a new group that were Romans who had mixed with the Celts, and so Romano Celts. And the way that worked in Adria was kind of he was using it kind of as a loophole. Adria isn't a LARP in the sense that of Belagarth or Amtgard are. Your character doesn't actually matter, and you don't have class skills or anything like that. Your character purely exists for you to have a focus for your research, because Adria was largely about learning. It was medieval recreation rather than medieval reenactment. We were trying to learn about history by recreating it as best we could. Obviously, we did a ridiculous and silly job at that, but I chose to play a French privateer, and so I researched French privateers, and I had garb that matched that, and I knew about the history, so if people asked, I could tell them what my character did or what my character would have done, and the wars that I would have been involved in, and who were the monarchs during the time period that my character supposedly existed in. And Adria's time period only went from 1066 to 1603, so from the Battle of Hastings to the death of Queen Elizabeth, which meant it largely didn't include the Western Roman Empire. That had pretty much gone away by then. But the Romano Celt society was still sort of lingering. And so that was Kyle's way. Kyle really wanted to do Roman reenactment, but there wasn't any in Moscow, Idaho. So he went with playing a Romano Celt in a medieval recreation group so that he could do the Romany stuff, which worked. It worked out well. And so, yeah, that's my understanding. I could have it completely wrong. I don't know. It was a decade and a half ago. Ha-ha! Oh, I hate the stand. All right. Now for the loot. And there is some good-looking stuff here. Some good-looking stuff. Some fun package. A big package. Some little package. Some very small package. Some reasonable package. It's going to be good. All right. To the loot! I do not have a silly hat for this episode, so I'm opening this package early because I believe it to be a silly hat. It is indeed. That is fantastic. All right. Now to the rest of the loot. After some clever editing. And now for le package. We shall start with this one. It is a t-shirt that says, "Trans rights are human rights." They are indeed. That is fantastic. It looks like it might actually fit me. It might even be too big for me. I shall wear it next time. And anyone who doesn't like it, you know where the unsubscribe button is. Fabulous. Alright. On to the package. Start with this one. Oh, that sounds like happiness. This comes to me from a J. Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons, that is a fabulous name. Hey, stop it. Is there a note? Fitzsimmons, aha! There was a note. What the? What? 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 Stop it. Lord have mercy. Hello, Chaylo, long-time fan, and wanted to send a contribution of gratitude in the form of mini Fitz, a select group of unsavory brigands and dangerous characters, all decked out with chrome blocks. The Mad Dwarf Fig will represent the Maker Ari, with his magic anvil hammer bangs out the gold weapons. Divided amongst the group, there are field artillery and plenty of muscle, a wizard, and a channel to the Valkyrie, Spanish Musketeer, Highlander, Viking Gladiator. Good Lord! Highlander, Minotaur, good Lord. Enjoy the platoon. They have strong game and look forward to see them integrated into the collection. Some space in the fleet, a possible piece of gate. You know what? I'm just gonna take a peek. Kind regards. Picked up 3 scallywags. And a what? Also a magic orb. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Not what that is. Okay. Aha. I got the whole list. Okay. I want to see what's going on here because that sounds amazing. Oh! It's all the minis and all the land. Good. What the? Oh, that is some cool stuff, man. Gold. Yeah, look at all the, I mean, just all of the gold weapons. Gold halberd. Man. Oh. What do we have here? Chrome Block City, because Chrome looks better. Can't argue with that. Look up stickers. Stickers. Chrome Block City. Alpha bricks. Retired sets, custom printing brick arms. Oh, man. Oh, that is just cooler than should be allowed. Okay, well this, I mean, oh. The horse catapult. Oh, pirates! Vintage pirate stuff. Nice. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. It's most, if not all, of one of the. Okay, yeah. Set 6257. It's right there on the thing. Chromed cannon and lance. Okay, that is just the neatest stuff ever. They've got their own brick. Oh, very nice. The only thing I liked about the Nexo Knights were the bad guys. And so there's a bad guy with his own chromed troll. Pretty sure it's a chrome troll. Chrome swords, orc swords. Oh, chrome dwarf. Oh, that is so cool. Okay, well that's going to be its own video is what that is going to be for the Lego room. Because otherwise it'll take... Oh, no, losing stickers. Yes, yes, I will have that whole platoon opening as its own video on my Lego channel because it deserves it, because that is amazing. Check out Chrome Block City, apparently. And Alpha Bricks. Very cool. What sticker did I lose? BigBricks.com. Sweet. I have to start a sticker collection in my Lego room. That is amazing, Mr. Fitzsimmons. That is going to be a really fun video to open all of those up in my Lego room. I knew I should have just opened in the Lego room to begin with. Alright, let's look at the next one. We've got something here from Stephen Merritt. I suspect I smell it being something I'm supposed to review and don't remember that I was supposed to review. And maybe I will actually get around to reviewing it. maybe. Let's see. No, come on. Aha! Nope. It's just an obscene amount of more awesomeness. I'm getting so spoiled. What do we got? What? Bangarang! Says so right there. Merritt, Stephen Mark, Tannen, Steve, July 4th, 2020. Captain Xavier. Captain, I hope you well on this anniversary of our country's birth. Enclosed is a near complete set of minifig series 20. Also enclosed the flag of California. I have a California flag. I got it as a gift and I'm passing it on to you. I have enjoyed both of your channels. I can't wait for this situation with COVID to normalize or end. Also, I would like your input on how to improve the videos on my channel. I will have to check that out. Hope to have some more videos soon. Still learning to edit them. I have also enjoyed the Discord group. I am a member of the auxiliary when I'm listed as a medic. I have had some first responder field medicine training. Not quite to be considered a paramedic, but more than just the first aid training. Yours truly, Tannen. Bangarang. Awesome. Whoa. Yes, hunt. That. Oh, yes. A California flag. Very cool. I do have one, so I'll have to come up with... I may have to start a second flag collection. Alright, and then just... minifigs galore. Oh, that is cool. I ordered some of them, but they were actually missing the accessories, and I was very bummed. Yes, the pirate lady! So cool! A whole bunch here I never would have gone out of my way to get, but that are very cool. Some sort of an engineer with a rocket, a green brick. I have no... a llama! It's a llama person! This was the one that I didn't have the accessories. The Viking didn't have his shield or his spear, so that is awesome. And the knight, I didn't have his shield or sword, and those were by far the best parts, so that is awesome. Some sort of looks like a Power Ranger. Very cool. Oh, the athlete, yeah, with the discus and the spear. Also cool. Oh, a diver with a baby turtle. A baby sea tortoise. So cool. So cool. Yeah, karate guy with nunchucks. A pea with an apple. That is weird. And I'm not... check with the boombox. Oh, there's more. Haha! The Hispanic character. Kid. They have very cool. Oh, that is awesome. Dragon Realty Inc. Stephen Merritt. Very cool. There's just an obscene amount of Lego minifigures this go around. That is amazing. Well, that guy's... I missed it. Oh, it's a drone controller. I missed that. Oh, that is too cool. Way too cool. That is awesome. I did not expect that one to be Lego. All right, let's take a look at this one from A. Campbell. This one I am almost positive is something I'm supposed to review. It's a project we've been working on, I think. I've been wrong before this episode, so who knows what's in it. If I don't cut anything, give it to me. You will. Good Lord. Screws. Gummies. Campbell Nerf Works. Sour Patch Gummies. Very nice. And Haribo Gummies. Oh, yes. It is another Strifle Mark II kit. We had a couple of recommendations for slight alterations that he has made, and it definitely looks like he has made them. And okay, yeah, this will definitely be something that I review because, oh, does it look awesome. We'll finally get that Strifle kit available for you guys. Oh, that is beautiful looking design. Yes. There were a couple of recommendations like, oh, it's got my logo. Can you see it? Can you see it? I'll have to fill it in with a paint pen. Awesome, awesome. And gummies! I cannot seem to get rid of my gummies. I can't eat them fast enough. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? We have another box of Maine, which is apparently fragile. It's aha! Box of Maine. With their pictures. And it's 12 more cans of Moxie. We've got all the Moxie in all of the land. I shall be having Moxie with dinner tonight, and it shall be fantastic! Most excellent. Most excellent. I'm gonna have to... I've started, when I get weird things like this, I've started compiling them, and I will put them all together in a big root beer and soda review video every once in a while, and hopefully when the plague ends, I can do Gumi reviews with crew and so forth. Alright, we have here a box from Daniel Dillman. The box says, sounds just like Nerf when you shake it. True story. Nothing but Nerf. 0% Lego. I am dubious of these claims, Mr. Dillman. We shall test the veracity. Looks like nothing but spare Nerf parts. There is a note. Boom! Huh. Hello, Captain. See? I sent you some Nerf. There's a handful of mini pig parts I found sifting as promised. I also included anything over... Train! Lies. Lies, sir. You, sir, a web of lies. Sorry, I don't know what happened. Like I was saying, anything overtly pirate, Indian, or castle that I have from my small LEGO collection, if you have a little bit of time, I would be ever so grateful if you could possibly send me your answers to my questions that I sent you last time that were redacted from the last video. I would, of course, keep them private. Don't worry about offending me at all. Just want to know what you think. If I have to bribe you with more LEGO because those questions are worth more than $1, I would, of course, comply. Ha! There's email address. Anyway, as always, I hope anything or everything arrives intact, and you have yourself an awesome day. Longtime fan, third time letter box. Danidum, native Wisconsinite, Halo fan, Sprecher, root beer drinker, etc. P.S. Your beard is an example to us all, well, at least us males, which randomly reminds me of a conversation Gimli had with Eowyn. It's true you don't see many dwarf women, but in fact, they are so alike in voice and appearance that they're often mistaken for dwarven men. Aragorn, it's the beards. Yes. Neat. Alright. Let's see these dubious claims. Oh, that. Oh, good. That is just money. That's what that is. That is all the best stuff. Swords, weapons, muskets, scimitars. Is that... Oh, vintage torsos. A pirate hull that actually isn't from a pirate ship. It was from a time machine ship in the 90s, which was hot garbage. Oh, there is nothing but good stuff in here, man. It's all minifig accessories and the expensive little doodads. There's cannon. There's a bunch of cannon. Barrels, wheels, cloaks, shields. Oh, there's so much good stuff. I don't even know what that's from. I have no idea what that's from. I'm gonna have to look that up. That is amazing, sir. I will indeed. I will go ahead and send you my answers. I might just re-answer them. I might type them up. I don't know. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. And yes, the one Nerf. I see how it is. I see it. I get the picture. I see how it is. All right. We have one last ridiculously large and heavy package. From a John Langford. I'm suspicious. Suspicious, I tell you. Here we go. Ah! Packing peanuts. Card, not note. Here the delivery. I hope you like it. Question, how is your day? My day has actually been excellent. Work wasn't too busy. I had an excellent lunch. I got to play Elite Dangerous with some crew. And now I'm out here opening loot. A screw. It's weird. Oh, I know what's going on here. I have been sent an obscene variety of weird root beers, I believe. And I think, yep. Sprecher Orange Cream. Somebody just sent me a variety pack of Spreckers, so I had one of each of these. And I've been kind of holding off on having any of them because then I won't have any of them. And now this fine fellow has sent me all of the best. Wisconsin Maple Root Beer. I did not have one of those. And then it looks like just some regular. Oh. You people spoil me. You have no idea. Okay. So, yeah, that's what we have in here. Cream. Maple root beer, which I've never had. I've actually never had the Sprecher cream or the orange cream. So this is going to be fantastic. I may have an orange cream tonight, along with some Maxi. That might be a little too much. Maple root beer. That is going to be interesting. That is going to be interesting. So, yeah. I'm not going to dig all through all this on camera because that would be unnecessary. If I find anything lingering in the bottom, I'll let you all know. But you all are amazing. There's a ridiculous amount of amazing Lego this time. And I thank you for that. I need to... Once again, I've fallen behind on my Lego channel because it got warm here and my upstairs is an absolute oven in the summer. I need to figure out how to get it air conditioned. But the windows are not designed for it, and I know people have recommended standing ones, but that's not really an option either. I'll figure something out. But yeah, drinks, loads of Lego, not a whole lot of Nerf stuff, some, but not a whole lot. Awesome stuff. So there you have it. If you have a question that you want answered, put it in the comments of this video, and I will pull the first 20 or the first 20 good ones, and I will answer them. And if you want to mail me stuff because you're feeling like being awesome, mailing address is down in the description. You people are amazing. You spoil me. Thank you guys for watching.